say, more input, maybe more strategies
definitely.
therefore. Maybe.
Am I the only one who doesn't care about this? It's not about draft. It's not about all this planning. This is CIS Dota. These dudes have been playing against each other for so long. They just want to kill and fight and hit. Look at them. They're ready to go. It's not about thinking. It's about murder. Welcome to Russian Dota. Whoa!
It might be the first time I've ever said this, but Jake has a point.
It's not about all this. What's the highest win percentage?
All right, just take it easy. You have
Murder
a point.
time, baby.
Take the small victory.
Maybe you should make a wrestling video with all the CAS players in it.
I don't have to, because there's enough carnage about to explode on this stage right now.
I mean, no one's gonna outdo my time in the ring anyway, so you might as well just go ahead and retire that video
Oh
anyway.
boy.
Statistically speaking, I was the one that was supposed to win, by the way.
Oh my god, we got a whisk!
All right.
Woo-hoo-hoo!
Oh, they let Wisp through.
They let
Okay.
Wisp
They
through.
let the Wisp through,
Yeah,
eh?
indeed.
A
So,
foolish
Oh,
mistake.
they banned Beast Ench. Okay.
Yeah.
so we got Beast Edge banned by Virtus.Pro, Doom Night Stalker banned by Na'Vi, first pick goes to Virtus.Pro on the dire side with the Disruptor first pick. Very unusual.
Well, it's the
Well, if
best
they're letting
counter.
the IO through.
Yeah, Disruptor is not unusual at all. I mean, as
Well,
we
in the
said,
first phase, not, but,
Yeah, but
as
only
the
because
first pick.
of the
Yeah.
IO, yeah.
for
Yeah,
sure, for
if
sure.
they know that IO. Why did they not pick up the IO themselves?
I think they're probably not honestly as good with IO, I think, as
Well,
Na'Vi, but
always-
at the same time, it's kind of like one of those things where you know that they're gonna snap pick the IO, and this is their answer, right? They get the Bounty Hunter, which is good against the Chen and the IO respectively for the first couple levels of the game. It's amazing synergy with the Disruptor, and this is like the counter plan basically to the opening. Because, like we talked about, Navi's one of their weaknesses is predictability, right? So this opening from Na'Vi, if I see those first two bans, you almost instantly know.
Yeah.
Like, you don't even have to be a top-level analyst to know that they're going to pick Wisp and they're going to pick Chen. Like, it's just going to happen. So if you know that going in, it's like, okay, what's our best option? We have this hero who can really screw over Chen during the laning phase. We have Track, we have Glimpse on top of that. We have good team fight. If they fail their push, we're going to be getting a ton out of every single failure. And it's really solid. It's a good answer to what Na'Vi have put up here.
By the way, I did get the the thing in my ear saying the draft has started, but these two teams since then they picked so fast. They banned out
they're
so
blazing
fast.
through this, but
This is how you know that these two teams have played each other so many times in the past.
and VP seems to have a pretty good plan. What's going into this? I would say I originally thought that the series would be 2-1. Depending on how this draft rolls out, I'm kind of already liking what VP are doing a little bit more. But I always think that when I'm watching.
Yeah.
I always think
It's the
that.
trap.
So I'm like trying to hold myself back. I gotta wait to see more.
You gotta believe.
Yeah.
Navi need a core that sets up like a relocate, like maybe a Bat Rider or something like.
Shane, if you say
Bat
maybe
for
a Bat
general,
Rider, one
Wind
more.
Ranger is also
No, but
something that
okay.
they've done quite a bit.
they need some way to set up a relocate.
Yeah, true.
They need like otherwise. Well, what's the point?
No, I agree. You definitely need that hero.
No,
okay,
that
it's gonna be the Puck.
Oh, we've seen a lot of Puck running in this region, and
Yeah.
he is very good for all that early game aggression, all
He's
that
good,
team
but
fight.
it's. Actually, I think it might be okay just because the Bounty will probably spend most of his time messing with the Chen. So he's probably he has to decide: does he want to give Dendi a harder time, or does he want to give our style a harder time? Because I think in this situation, if you just stick to the Chen, normally the Chen wants to help Dendi, but if the Bounty Hunter's just on you the whole time, it makes it really difficult to help that lane. So maybe VP can find a way to get a mid matchup that's going to be favorable, and then just abuse the middle lane because the Bounty will be controlling the supports.
Yeah, that's very interesting because you're typically pretty rough on Puck picks. You don't think that Puck
No, I
only
like
works
Puck.
once in a while.
I
I know you
really
like
like
Puck,
Puck.
but you're always like, oh, this is gonna be a hard game for Puck. This one you like
But
it,
I
huh?
think the int change really helped him because he can clear creep waves super fast. One of his problems before is like you're not really a good slide lane pusher. It's really hard for you to maintain consistent on farm.
Okay.
And the other part is the new Veil is super good for him in the early game. Like she was even buying it prior to getting Blink Dagger yesterday when they were playing, and it's very strong. So
All right, talk to me about Sven, Shane.
Honestly-
you made a big noise.
oh my god, this is so all in.
I
This is
100%
so all
thought that
in.
Na'Vi were gonna pick Sven, and I think that VP thought the same. So they're like, we're gonna counter pick it with the.
The drone
they're
strat.
It's
This
murder
is an
time.
extremely volatile draft from Na'Vi.
And this
It's
is
like-
not even anything for setting up relocate ganks. This is just about keeping Drow alive.
Yeah,
I think,
sustain
this
and
IO.
push. Yeah.
It doesn't even need
They
to
don't care
go
about the
anywhere.
ulti at all.
Yeah.
Actually.
They just go push down towers and keep Drow alive. You can send her back if need be.
I guess VP just last banned Bat, right? And then because General doesn't have his hero yet.
Yeah.
I think wouldn't the Tidehunter be really nice
I
in their
honestly
lineup?
think Void is pretty good as well.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Void's good.
Yeah, you have so many ranged heroes.
Yeah,
fast
some
setup.
type- kind of team fight,
if you
big hero,
Void, though,
yeah.
you have literally no damage on the Sven. Like if he gets Warcry off or whatever, and you're trying to kill Sven with those heroes, you're just it's not happening. I think that's maybe the only concern. And the other thing too is Chronosphere is a much longer cooldown, whereas if you get like one lasso pick off, it's like a guaranteed tower, and you can do it more consistently. I don't know. I think Void's good too, but I just think that the damage would be an issue.
I'm just trying to think like offlaners that have control and maybe a bit of beef in the front lines.
Yeah. Wouldn't it be nice if Beastmaster wasn't permaban status?
Yeah.
To get every game we saw Beastmaster yesterday just destroyed. Like,
Yeah, I know. He's super broken. There's no way you can ever let that hero through.
So what does Virtus.Pro do? Because you kind of know what's coming from Na'Vi, right? They're not hiding what they're gonna do.
Yeah.
So what's their plan?
Well,
How
I
do you
think
gonna
honestly,
deal with that?
with the 3 heroes that they have, they can already take it late game. Like,
Okay.
I don't think that's really a problem for them. So
how are they gonna
It's-
make it to late game?
they can either do hyper aggression in the lanes, like we saw them try to do before when they beat Na'Vi that one game.
How about a Tinker?
Tinker's not bad actually. Tinker actually would fare pretty decently against these heroes because the only catch they have right now. Okay, they're just gonna take the ban now. They know it's gonna get banned. Or no, wait, that's VP's bet.
Yeah, but they
So
would
they're
have
deny
otherwise.
picking it.
Yeah,
Yeah, they're deny picking it
otherwise
from
also banned.
Na'Vi.
Io's pretty good against Batrider, to be honest. It's probably
It
one of
is.
the best counters, maybe.
It is, but I think it's a denial pick, and whatever hero they're going to pick for G, they just probably don't prioritize it very highly, and they know that Na'Vi are either going to pick or ban it, depending on.
Okay, so Navi's draft is basically let's group up and push. We get a few levels on Drow.
Yeah.
We push extremely fast. But if the Batrider just lassos them, drags the Drow back, all of a sudden their push is completely shut down. You know.
Yeah, if you can get the opening, then it's super
Exactly,
strong. Plus, again, it's the synergy with the rest of the lineup. They have vision with track.
They have this
They have
movement
glimpses.
speed.
Yeah, there's so much chase potential. It's like if you mess up a push and you don't disengage properly, you're losing like 2 or 3 heroes every single time. That is the scary thing about playing into VP's draft, no matter what kind of heroes you're actually fielding. But the thing with Navi's draft is it's a very all-in push.
I mean, it's game 1. This is the chance to try it out, right?
Well, I mean, it's not really trying it out. The Na'Vi do this, you know, this is...
No, I mean, like this is the chance to go all in. They don't need to think about. This
I
is
think
the
they
only
would
game
do it
left.
anyway, honestly. Even on a 3rd game. I just
Okay.
think that that's what they feel comfortable with.
I mean,
And
that's not
fine.
me. Yeah.
But you just got to know going in. It's like this lineup has to succeed in the first 20 to 25 minutes.
But if there's anyone in the world that knows how to deal with this, it's gonna be VP. I mean, so
They
many.
play this too.
I mean, yeah,
FNG was like one of the pioneers of the Drow draft, so he definitely knows the weaknesses.
for sure. All right, they're gonna take out. Yeah, I mean, you do not want that Death Prophet rolling up on your towers with that kind of push. I mean, they have got to go all in early, so don't want to be on the defensive. Am I right here for
Yeah,
Na'Vi?
Yeah, but at the same time, it's also giving respect to the bounty, because normally against a hero like Death Prophet, you just say, okay, well, we can pressure her with a Chen, and maybe we get a kill or 2 as soon as the puck hits 6, but I think it's just saying, yeah, we're a little bit scared that if we can't control that hero, it's going to be too much. So I think that's giving a lot of respect to VP, actually.
Yeah, VP actually banned out the Void, like we spoke about as well.
Yeah.
Okay, so they still need that offlaner that's... Maybe we saw Tidehunter yesterday, it did very well. Like,
This is actually really nice from FNG, like this draft, because you talked about the 2 control heroes. That is such a hard counter to block, by the way.
And to Io as well.
That lane is just brutal. Even
Is
with
there a chance
Drow
they
aura.
swap up lanes here at this point?
I suppose they could put General on Puck and give Dendy something that matches up better against the
Do you
Venom.
put Io Drow mid?
I actually wouldn't hate Venom.
Venomancer?
Yeah.
As an offlaner?
Oh, as a
No
mid,
mid.
Okay.
then offlane Puck.
You were saying that you didn't understand the Veno against Templar last time. What's different about this
that
game?
was a support Venom.
yeah.
Okay, so you're thinking
Mid Venom
carry
crushes TA,
Yeah,
and it has Drow Aura. So it's like, even if the supports come to your lane, you would be able to keep the lane like completely frozen or even push the tower. It's very hard to gank.
What about if they just go with Invoker and then they put the Puck in the offlane?
Yeah, they could do that too.
Because like it's pretty hard matchup against TA as Invoker, but with the Drow Aura, you might get.
You could even go Quas Wex, honestly,
Yeah.
this
How-
game, I think.
How does Io Drow mid go against TA? Is that a chance?
Slardar. All right, there's the control. Io Dro probably does more than okay.
Okay.
Like you can just get runes, you know, hopefully the bounty is not following the Io because he's following the Chen, and you can get at least one of the runes, use bottle, keep the Dro alive. Dual lane mid though, I don't know about that.
Alright, for me, I'm gonna go with Navi. I think General's gonna make a lot of action happen with the slider. He's gonna get early picks and then they're gonna destroy the towers.
My brain is telling me VP, but my heart's telling me Navi. I don't know what to do.
Okay, you gotta say someone. You already said
I'm
Navi.
gonna say it's gonna go 3 games. Navi will win the series, but they're gonna lose the first game.
Wow.
said Navi.
You said
Great.
Navi.
I'm gonna go with VP. Templar Assassin is what I call rock paper scissors hero. If you don't have the right kind of hero to beat that shield and take out those ticks, it's not gonna happen. They do not have any of that. So VP for this one.
Okay, I'm gonna believe in Navi for this one, so keeping it spread 2-2. Let's hear what our commentators have to think, though. It is time for our lower bracket finals. First game of the best of 3. Virtus.Pro versus Navi with Guy and Wagamama.
Prepare for battle.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the caster panel. I'm Guy. Of course, this handsome gentleman is Wagamama.
I'm definitely on the side of VP. Just want to say that immediately.
All right, get it out there right away.
You know,
okay, why are you immediately on the VP train?
I think this TA hero could be pretty fun to
All
play.
right, fair enough, you biased son of a gun. But, you know, it is Navi, after all, and we know a lot of Navi fanboys are going to be riling quite behind it. Would you agree with Draskell? This feels a bit all in for game number 1.
I actually agree with Draskell on his last sentiment that, you know, I want Navi to win, but the draft-wise, I just think that VP's draft here is really easy to execute. They have nice combinations, and while you do have Wisp and Chen to try and send home and try to save people, I just don't see them having an easy way controlling this game. And the movement speed between Track and Warcry, that's going to be hard to run away from.
We'll see if Navi are going to be able to pierce the armor of Virtus.Pro, if you will, and see if they can kind of, you know, play with the clock a bit and be able to kind of push forward when possible. Because, yeah, even as the game will scale, it could look pretty damn nice for Virtus.Pro. And as expected, we could see bloodshed right away, Waga. Already both these teams looking to clash at the top rune right now, and we're going to lead in with an early nice stun coming out. And it goes right on top of the Slaughter. Will creep in general, gets up with a good crush. Now they're looking for G as they jump back while they still try to go for Suniko's Wisp. He tethers back away, looking to make it out, but he will go down. It is going to be No Fear picking up that first blood, and now they look over for the Dendy Puck, and they can get that too. Virtus.Pro start out with a nice double knockout. 2-0.
Very hard to go into that 5-man of VP. They brought everyone for that top rune fights, and we don't normally see rune fights anymore because bounty runes are not ultra important anymore. But, you know, that at least they got both the bounty runes on the side of Navi, but losing 2 heroes, that's painful.
You know what's funny, actually, is when I was checking some of the replay footage coming here for this LAN final, I watched the matchup of Navi versus VP, and in those series, they did clash like every game at the rune, but you're right, when it came to the LAN final itself, we didn't see very many battles at the runes, but, you know, these are 2...
It's just not incentivized, you know? There's no big reward for actually winning the rune. It's just 100 gold, so without the experience reward, if you're gonna die for it, don't do it. But we're gonna see. Actually, for the Puck versus TA mid matchup, it's not that terrible for Puck, especially having the Drow Aura. You can definitely outplay the TA on that lane. But it comes down to Chen rotations, though.
With Dendy handing over the first blood.
Yep, with the first blood, it becomes much harder. But the TA did not get the first blood. You know, you died on your Puck, sure, but that doesn't hurt you too much in laning phase. It actually doesn't. As long as the TA doesn't get the gold, you know, boost from it, that's fine. She just got like 20 gold or something from that.
Now, FNG was stalking the Chen quite a bit, but he departed to head to the bottom lane, while Artstyle will take his Chen up to the top and kind of work with the camps there. He will be battling out with No Fear on that front, though. So, what do you think about the laning setup? Anything too far-fetched? It does look like they're going to be doing the Drow Wisp to the safe lane together here.
Well, both teams are kind of doing exactly what you would expect. I think a lot of attention should be put onto Chen and what he can do here in the early game. But top lane is going to be pretty hard to punish, I think. The Disruptor, not so easy to catch. He has boots already. So he's going to be just fine staying away from the Chen creeps. And Bounty Hunter, of course, helping out with the rune control here against Soneko. And he has boots and Orb of Venom, so he could pursue a little bit, but the tether will be there.
Yeah, he'll be fine. You know, Soneko opting to go for the full complete wand, not bottle build-up. Is that something new that the Wisps lately have been going for, not getting that early extra?
I think this is just because of the Batrider. I mean, it's situational. Soneko is a great Wisp player. I would say, you know, it's EGM and Soneko are the two that I think of immediately when I hear Wisp. It's just 2 amazing Wisps. And Soneko has done some amazing plays. I'm sure his decision-making is good.
We'll see how that works out. Top lane, you know, Artstyle been doing a nice job kind of, you know, he's kind of getting up the face of Disruptor. It might not be easy to catch, but was pulling the attention. But now they put their focus onto Artstyle here.
So much
damage. Out the
though.
Shockwave. They get a nice crush for No Fear. They might get the Disruptor down. Will it be support split from both sides? No! So Nico steps in, helps out the Chen in need, pops the wand, gives them all that health back. And it will be Navi being able to get themselves on the board with that Disruptor takedown. Now they're looking for more. Aloha Dance gets the crush. But we got a rotation. No Fear is back, steps in, gets off the Thunderstrike. But they are going to be able to take down the Sven. They get it. One more bash comes out, and they're going to be able to knock him down. Now they're looking for Suniko as a trade. They'll get that one. Another crush comes out, and they're going to get down the No Fear Disruptor once again.
The General.
Triple kill already, Walker.
3 minutes in, 3 kills for General. Beautiful play there, the aggression. And Suniko with the rotation top, that made a difference.
Oh, Dityara also, though, going to be going down that bottom lane. Yoku sees the action top and is like, you know what, I'm going in. Whisper's not here. I'm going to get this drow.
He needs to do that. He needs to find a way to punish, because that was Na'Vi just getting the upper hand with the Wisp rotation. So good seizing that opportunity, but that was 3 heroes down. General at an amazing start now. Most games you will go Tranquils on your Slaughter, but when you have such a good start here, getting 3 kills immediately, Power Treads is just a fine option here. He's going to have some great DPS.
Arcel leaving the top lane. You think, yeah, you're good now, dude. General should be able to hold his own against the Sven. He has the early powered treads on hand, and Arcel will look to take his business elsewhere, but there will be a stranger falling about as FNG will begin his stalking presence there. Let's check back on this mid lane, who was not too involved with the action at the top lane. Dendi has recovered. 19 and 11 CS for him to the 16 and 6 of G.
Yeah, I mean, he's doing great on CS, and that's what I'm saying. Like, Puck is not a terrible hero against TA, despite what some people think. Hero's okay if you know what you're doing. And the draw damage makes a massive difference, though. Like, it's just 8 more damage, but that's the difference between being able to last hit and not sometimes.
Could have some potential outside interference. FNG looking to linger around for the courier. Looks like he will just miss the timing as it does head up to Dendi, and looks like he may not be around for the pull back.
He's sneaking behind, though. He's trying to position himself.
Come here, you.
Yeah. He
got one more.
and
he's got it. Successful courier pick for FNG.
The extra middle range, you know, it makes it easier as well for Bounty.
That's true. That is true.
That was a very long range.
But he will get the hit, and that will be a nice little boost for G and for the team overall. So FNG will get the nod on that one, and we'll have to see where he decides to follow up at this point.
Both these teams coming out swinging here, though. 3-4 and the kill score. All those kills on Na'Vi going to their offlaner as well. It's going to allow him to make so much space for his team. I like that Chen is playing around Slardar here, because he's such a powerhouse.
General.
He gets it.
Crush for No Fear. Starts bashing him down right now. No Fear, as you said, no mana, just help me please. Aloha dance. He will step in and give a nice courtesy stun, but suddenly a stampede of wild animals shows up as Arcsel's here now. Drops the kinetic field, will create the space, and the General's like, that's not going to be enough to stop me.
He's not stopping.
To rush right in there. Looks for the crush, a swing and a miss, but it looks like they might still be able to get him, but Aloha dance, interference, and now comes G. It's going for art style. They will split apart. General does eventually catch up with No Fear and crushes him. Man, this kid is getting shoved into a locker right now by the bully General.
Yeah, really. He chased him all the way. G did TP up here, though, and can't really do too much. They're going to stun him up.
He got to make something out of this rotation, because he's leaving
Puck is coming in with
own devices, and Dendi will actually show up. Now drops that level 6 coil. G stuck, low mana. He looks to retreat back towards the tower, but he's not going to be able to make it there. Dendi gets the kill, and this is looking wonderful, Na'Vi in the top lane.
Na'Vi are just realizing their power right now. Slardar got a great start. Let's play around him with everyone. Bring the puck in as well. You know, use these rotations. And dying like this for TA, she just wants to farm. The early game, you do not want to bring her in here at all. And dying as well after not finding a kill, this is hurting VP. The one redeeming fact for them is that Yoku is having quite a good farm down here on bottom.
Oh, yes. And again, he's like, little lady, be careful. You're by yourself now. Yeah, he will take advantage of the lane if necessary. Already got his level 6 and 600 gold here. Little ways to go to kind of build up and get that early Blink Dagger. And, you know, will VP kind of have to now defer to that moment to be able to find their next peak to be able to pull this game back, getting the lasso online?
I think so. They need to get the, you know, they need to get items rolling for them, really. And level 6 on Bounty is super important as well. So level 6 on Bounty, Blink on Bats, these are big timings that VP are looking towards. Whereas Na'Vi, they just took a tower, and they're good to keep rotating if they want to. They could just swing to mid now, if they get rid of that tower. There's also no stacks on Ancients, by the way, for TA. At 7 minutes, he doesn't have a comeback mechanic prepared for him. So this farm is not going to come so easily.
Yeah, with General being kind of, or not General, but with No Fear kind of residing that top lane to have assistance for the Sven, and obviously with Bounty Hunter going out, getting the intel, sniping the courier, there's no one left to do those Ancient stacks. But it looks like No Fear is in the neighborhood now, and we'll start trying to build those up.
Well, he could build the stacks for himself, but it's just the aggression by Na'Vi on top lane. You know, it forced him to TP up there. He felt he has to do something. Can't let this Slardar do everything.
Yeah, very true.
So no time, but they're gonna start stacking now. No Fear, being a buddy to his mid laner.
FNG also got some nice early arcane boots, actually, surprisingly.
He did, yeah.
With the help of the courier cure, obviously, but now he has plenty of mana to work with, and when the track does come online, he will have plenty of mana to get those tracks out.
I like how this 8-minute bounty hunter already has the same net worth as the 40-minute bounty hunter.
I wasn't going to say that, but I was thinking the same exact thing. Well, FNG's already up and ahead than some of the bounty hunters we saw yesterday.
Yeah, it was a rough day for bounty yesterday, but looking pretty good. DreamLeague just farming away on bottom lane, but there's some pressure by No Fear hanging around here with Yoku.
Yeah. I mean, they might be able to get a setup here with the lasso, maybe
the glimpse,
help
he has to
pulling
be
it
careful.
in. You know, he might not need a blink dagger, so there have to be cautious here from Navi. But Dendy has that coil back up it again. He's going to be looking to make it work. Puts it down right onto Yoku, who had been really the big farmer for the team, and they're going to take him down. They make it look easy.
Yeah, great rotation there. At the same time, though, Bounty Hunter saw the Slaughter run in here, and they get a kill on a big fish.
Yeah, he had quite a bit of net worth behind him coming into this point, so they are going to be handing over a little bit of a swing.
Yeah, and Sven also now, it's an interesting thing having Sven and TA on the same team, because both of them really want to make use of the Ancients. He took over a creep now with the Dominator, so stacking is going to be easier, but TA for now is going to make use of this double stack, but later on Sven will need these Ancients. It's a little bit of an anti-synergy.
So what would, you're a big TA player, what would you do at that point when you're in this kind of a game when someone else needs to kind of split the resources with you? You'll get first dibs, it looks like, but then how do you find the extra farm recovery after that? Are you hoping to just get hero kills with your team, or? I
mean, you just got to play around the stuns and disables. You really have to do that.
Yeah.
If you get your Blink Dagger early, sometimes it's even worth just getting the Blink Dagger before the Desolator. If you really cannot keep farming on Ancients, cannot keep playing the passive game, you have to be active, and if Blink on Batrider is up and you have a Disruptor with a Glimpse, then Blink on TA could be great.
We already have our Wisp Soniko here at level 6 now, Waga, so Relocate is online, ready to go. Should Navi try to consider putting that to use sooner than later?
They could use it defensively. They could wait for a timing of Blink Dagger. They know it's 10 minutes in. There shouldn't be too much time until this Batrider. Oh, they're using it aggressively.
Okay, they make their move and they go right on top of Yoku. They're looking to delay that Blink Dagger if possible. It looks like they will be able to do so. Aloha Dance makes the rotation, tries to get up some good damage. Will be mitigated by the art style Hand of God, and now G even making a showing. There is going to be the coil committed, but it's a swing and a miss. Not going to be able to get the catch on G on that one, and Navi might have to consider just going for the tower instead.
Yeah, they whiffed the coil, so maybe there will be a contest by VP, but they also lost their Batrider. And that was a very painful death. He was so close to Blink again, and that's the second time he died.
At 200 gold down further, he was about 1,700 at that point, now has to kind of find a recovery.
Yeah, and that means that Slaughter is going to have his Blink before the Batrider, most likely.
This army coming through. They're going to try to go for 2 towers. 2-for-1 special for Na'Vi.
It's the power of Chen. Art style, he knows how to play his hero, for sure.
Chen, Drow, they're looking to make it work. They move in. Stun's going to be missed from the Centaur creep, and now Virtus.Pro looking to kind of defensively hold off Na'Vi. They nice glimpse back into that Static Storm. Denny could be in trouble, but Sonika's going to be there to hold his hand and try to help, but it's not going to be enough. He does drop, and now the rest of Virtus.Pro looking to go on the assault. There's Soniko. He's thunderstruck. He can't go anywhere. He's slow. He's a ball. He's going to pop.
Oh, it's so scary watching the track with Batrider on your team. It's such a fast chase, and Glimpse as well, a speedy Disruptor chasing you, and that was not even Sven being there. The Warcry was not there.
And Yoku gets that kill, so once he was at 1,400 gold from his recent death, now he's about 100 gold away from the Blink Dagger.
Yeah, it swings really hard. These kill streaks and just the amount of gold they get from one big kill here.
What do you think then? Should Navi not have gone for that tier 2? Do you think it was the right thing to feel like they had that momentum? Maybe they should have pulled out a bit sooner?
I think they could go for it, but they also have to be really ready with the Chen to send back, because Wisp's relocated is down. So if anyone gets glimpsed, it has to be Chen to save them. And their positioning was just, they thought, oh, bottom. They catch with the puck ulti. Relocate comes in, and easy kill.
Yep.
And
he just got that Blink Dagger. He did get it in hand, but yeah, we'll lose it the second he gets it. So not your ideal debut of a dagger.
Yeah, they got it at the same time at least with the Slaughter and the Batrider, but Slaughter being equal farm as Batrider means that he's ahead. He transitions into a very, very heavy-hitting hero, and this is what Navi needs. I feel the way they drafted, they need to be able to take these fights early on mid. Yeah. They're looking for it.
Let's see. They make their move. The jump happens. FNG going to get crushed up, and he will quickly go down. And now Navi going to look to follow it up with a +1 on the tower.
And as an MVP go, so Slaughter has a Blink Dagger. Now we know. The surprise Blink effect. It's very real. And he's a tower.
Good catch for them.
Mech now completed on the Chen as well. He's just 10 gold off. So he's going to be the mech carrier, and Wisp has his urn in a little bit of gold.
Na'Vi remove all the tier 1 and possibly the tier 2s between these two lanes, and Roche also opens up as an easy option.
And they're controlling the Ancients, which is a massive thing against the team with TA and Sven. If you're, I mean, they're not even blocking it for now. They're just farming it as a team. Like, this is a good experience, man. Oh, look at a trick by Dendy. They send him home with the Chen. He picks up his item and he orbs back.
Wonderful.
Beautiful. That's
Cute
just
little play.
Cheeky little things, you know. Na'Vi, you may know them from the fountain hooks and other tricks.
Cute stuff there. I wanted to take a moment before the wreck. Ditya had gotten the wind lace early. Is that typical for a lot of Drows, or is it something he's just kind of incorporated into his lineup to maybe get from farm to farm?
I actually love it against the Batrider. It allows him to be a little bit better with positioning, and he has one free inventory slot anyway. He's not going Magic Wand, so why not?
Might see a flash jumping from Dendy. Just a mild harassment on the low high dance. They are going to commit the Static Storm right onto Dendy and Ditya Ra. Big double catch from your Disruptor, but they get the relocate and they will try to bail out, but it's only to go to the left-hand side, and now Na'Vi are going to look to re-engage here. They only lost their Dendy puck, but that might be enough for Na'Vi to force to step back and away. With no coil at the ready, they might be in a bit of trouble. But General will step in, gets off a good crush, looking to go for FNG. We'll get that one. Art style, though, is going to be the trade as G picks up a double kill. And they look to go back in. So Nico is back. He's able to sidestep. General looking for G, going to get it with the assistance from Ditya Ra. They hit pretty damn hard.
Oh my god, so Nico is just destroying this fight, playing so well. The relocate, he dies in the end here to the Batrider, but the relocate just saving people after that Disruptor catch, which was really good as well. Man. Both these teams have drafts that just clash so well. Drow is a little bit harder to play maybe in these fights because, you know, if you get jumped on, there's not much to save you. But General was really good at preemptively catching the enemy instead.
It did cost FNG a buyback for that skirmish. It does make it technically a 3-3 split apiece, and the net worth ends up being about the same.
I think the more important part is that VP, they need to go into these fights. They can't let the towers fall early. You cannot lose your tier 3 towers. And especially fighting under a tier 3 tower aura is really big. There's a lot of physical damage coming out from Na'Vi, and that 3 extra armor, it really helps you fight.
Yeah, but maybe not expecting to be forced in this kind of defensive position so soon. Na'Vi were able to really kind of ramp up their aggression very quickly. We're only about 15 minutes in, and here you see them battling under the tier 2s, you know?
Yeah, I love looking at a game like this and then just checking the net worth graph. It's beautiful.
Yeah.
It's like a roller coaster.
Makes for some exciting.
None of them are getting ahead big enough to feel really confident to control the game, so every fight can be very decisive. And so far it's been very even, but we'll see how it goes. TA did not opt to go for the Blink burst, by the way. Almost has the Desolator completed.
Why would you think that he would opt for that? Is that for the... Oh, hold on. Mid lane. Lasso pullback. A kidnapping on Alexa, but General catches a beautiful two-man crush. The ball from Sonico. He actually is going to be picking up that double kill. Coil's going to be there as Na'Vi do look for more. Sonico now jumping past with General. G hiding under the dark right now, but they got the spirit pops. They know he's there, but they can't see him. He's going to come back with maybe something special, a dust, a sentry. They might not even need it. They're just bursting him down. Now he shows up. Sentry's down. See you later, G.
Man, such nice plays on the relocate and the send home here. Na'Vi really showing how important these things can be. With the puck, Blink Dagger pickup earlier, and this Wisp now going back and picking up a sentry warrior and coming back. It's really a global strat. It's wonderful. But
smooth transition.
A lot of this comes down to General, though. He's having the game of his life here on Slaughter. He's 6-1-7, delivering in every fight.
He actually, they spot out Yoku. He jumps past the Roche pit, goes right for the Batrider here. So Nico comes by, joins him, and Dendy will also get in on the action. But will Virtus.Pro be able to outnumber him here? I don't think so. They focus fire. They're going to go right for Aloha dance. The big meaty Sven who's got the God Strength up. It don't matter. They take down the red man. They will get the pullback on General under the Static Storm. No Fear trying to burst him down. They will be able to get that one while Dendy tries to get redemption. He'll have to be sidestepping here. He's low now, and he might have to pull out.
And all the while, Roshan is falling as well. This is just Na'Vi fighting with a few players, while Drow and Chen take Roche.
Now they're going to get involved. They have the power of the Aegis here. They're looking to get the cleanup for No Fear. Can they get it? They will. So Nico will end up popping. Try to tether away from the trouble, but he's not going to be able to make it out. And now G looks to move in, but it is going towards a Ditya Ra with an Aegis here.
It's dangerous to fight into Aegis, and there's the puck ulti again.
He moves in. A coil's going to be committed. Will snap, but Na'Vi just a little out of position to be able to kind of make that jump ahead.
Puck is so amazing for these fights. I mean, much better even than a hero like Queen, just for the aggressive pace of this game.
Yeah.
Because Puck ulti has no cooldown. It's just 75 seconds on all levels, which makes you really ready to take these fights. And now he's got the entire Veil as well, waiting for him in base. They're just going to keep taking up, you know, more and more pressure onto VP here. Executing their draft really well.
the way they're able to just assist each other and be there for each other. It feels like, oh, General made a hard commitment for this double stun, but then Soniko will fly in, Dendy will blink in, and suddenly he has reinforcements right by his side.
Yeah, I said earlier that, you know, I think VP's draft is easier to play out, but Na'Vi are playing so well that their draft actually executes perfectly. It puts a lot of pressure on individual skill and communication, but they've got it down this game.
They just take a tier 2 bottom lane, and now they will hold the highest net worth that they've had in this game, now pushing past that 5k mark. And it's pressure on VP.
Stealing the Ancients as well is just going to extend that lead even more. VP, they have no control over their own Ancients.
And now almost forced to just all head to the high ground here towards the top lane and just try to maybe creep in some tier 1s for themselves. I imagine, though, Na'Vi are not going to be looking to pump the brakes anytime soon.
No, definitely not. They want to get rid of, you know, as much map control as possible. They still see one more tier 2 tower, full HP on the side of VP. They will probably make a move for that as soon as they clear mids. Or maybe even going for this high ground push. They have Aegis.
But obviously not the ideal situation when you have your Bat Rider and your Blink Dagger. You're hoping to find isolated picks. He is creeping in from behind, but Na'Vi is at the doorstep of Virtus.Pro. There's really no easy opening, and when you have that Wisp ready to go, it's not going to be an easy grab.
Well, even with him having Invis, it's so hard to pick a good target here. You have to go on the Wisp, but even then, Puck is just going to jump you immediately and stop you from killing that Wisp. So
very true.
It's a tough job for Bat Rider this game.
We'll start dishing out some tracks here, so at least Virtus.Pro can see what's happening outside the front door, but they already take down that tier 3. The sieging begins.
Rax is taking damage.
You know, Ditya has an Aegis. He's happy to kind of be the one to kind of lurk out in front. They're going to be forced to pull out the lasso, pull the lady back. Soniko, though, is going to be there. Kinetic Field locks him in place with the Static Storm here. Ditya is going to be healed up. Hand to God. Meko coming up from our style. He's the paramedic here, and will heal him up nicely. They look to get FNG down. He is going to be able to back away. Soniko very low. Sidesteps, makes it out. Nope. You're going to be the first one to hit the deck. And now they're going to be looking for the racks already, Waga. We haven't even reached 20 minutes yet.
Yeah,
and
they're going crazy.
Is going really hard down. Now they're going to get dropped. Ditya with a double. They're looking for Aloha Dance. He's going to be out. Has a buyback, but if Sven has to buy back now, you are way in the red.
This is going to be a second lane as well. This is beautiful play by Na'Vi. They're just playing so well together.
Yep.
The heal from Wisp tethering up to Drow, and then the Chen ulti. They could not bring down the Drow during their ulti.
This is just like the dream Drow lineup right now, and it's just going beautifully for them.
Yeah, I think a lot of it, though, has to do with the early rotation to top.
Yeah.
General was just destroying that lane after a triple kill, and Soniko, he enabled this.
And might have to reconsider getting that Wisp out of the picture in the banning phase at this point forward. Soniko shows that even though it feels like it's been a while since he's kind of gotten his hands on the hero, he knows what he's doing.
I mean, Soniko is one of those players that I would never want to give him Wisp. Definitely not. I would rather play against Beastmaster in this patch.
Virtus.Pro trying to get something. They want to get Dendy. They pull him back. They might have the burst, but Ditya is just unloading a serious amount of right-click damage. Will easily be able to take down the 2. Buyback going to be forced out from G.
They're
Aloha
desperate.
Dance, they need to make this work. Aloha Dance also already depleted of a lot of funds. Standing, swinging. They'll be able to finally take down Artstyle. They're getting some numbers here, but Ditya continues to just unload all over Virtus.Pro. G's going to be out. That's a dieback for him. Only
5,000 gold on this Drow now as well. He's just flying ahead. They got 2 lanes of racks. Beautiful team fight there. Having the Aegis at this, you know, after taking the racks as well. They're just destroying VP in this first game.
Let's breathe now, Na'Vi. They could finally maybe consider stepping back, using that huge boost of the economy. And it looks like they are going to begin to spend it on some nice little treats.
Manta and BKB for Drow. Beautiful pickups for her indeed. And this Slardo has 2.7k as well, so he could think about BKB or going just for a 4-staff. Great in these aggressive games as well. Even adding a Vlad to their team would be pretty good for just breaking the final lane of racks.
All right, Waga. So now you're Virtus.Pro. You know that Na'Vi is going to be coming soon, and they're going to be packing even more heat than they had before. Oh my God, what the hell are you going to do?
That's the issue. They have Blink on the Bat Rider. They have Blink on the Sven, but they don't have any farm going for TA. They cannot fight. She's the 5th least farmed hero on the map, and their damage is just not there, even if they get a perfect combo.
Here comes Na'Vi, though. They're 1 racks away from Megas and ending out the game. They're going to be spotting out Aloha Dance, and he's going to be out of the picture before the real fight even begins, Waga. 50 seconds on the sidelines. No buyback for you, sir.
Yeah, that's just really costly, and he had to feel that coming as well, but I guess I guess VP they're probably already thinking about next game, to be honest.
Yeah,
This is
the most one-sided game of this LAN final so far, without question.
For sure.
And now they make their move. There's going to be the coil. Navi looking to put the nail in the coffin, and they do it. FNG has seen enough. Virtus.Pro will take their first game loss. Navi, wow.
They're looking like a different team compared to yesterday. These two teams matched up then, and it was nothing like this. Navi are just really well prepared, beautiful execution, and yeah, they just make this Puck and Slardar work so much together. I love to see this.
So you're Virtus.Pro now, obviously a little disheartened from that. You're kind of just like, I just woke up and I got slapped in the face now.
Yeah.
So
hopefully it's a slap that's going to wake them up instead of, you know, disencourage them. But I think VP, they